Hello, my name is Erica, and I'm the Dyslexic Trekkie. Before I start, I'd like to say we are nearing 200 subscribers at the time of this recording. It is possible we'll reach it before it's posted. Ensign Bradbury would like me to let you know he is hard at work on his next project and hopes to have it done in time. It's a little extra hard for him as he doesn't have thumbs. When I asked a friend to make suggestions on video ideas, he suggested Phlox as a topic. I put it down lower in my schedule because I wasn't quite sure what to do. The more I thought about it, the more I realized how much I enjoy him as a character. I've said before, Enterprise isn't one of my top tier shows, but Dr. Phlox is one real bright spot. He's not the first alien crew member for us, but he is in the timeline. As a Danublium among humans, we see a different dynamic than we do with other aliens. He's very open and sociable, as is common with the species. The fact that he has 5 wives who each have 5 husbands is used as a way to show that they don't do well in isolation. So, of course, they had to have an episode solely about him having to spend a month alone. It gets so hard for him that Phlox hallucinates to Paul as a companion to talk to and shows the limit of his mental health. He's also one of the most self-aware characters I see. There's a fun moment when he's sending a communication with a friend about the strange human custom of pets. This coming from a man with a menagerie, strictly for medical reasons, of course. I love when he pauses and notes that he talks to his bat every night. He's a breath of fresh air in an otherwise grim series that focuses a lot on dark subjects. That's not to say Enterprise is at the level of grim subject as Deep Space Nine, but it takes place at the beginning of Earth's enlightenment, and before General Order 1, or the Prime Directive. It's before humanity has real experience with aliens outside of the few that have visited Earth. If you were to see Enterprise as your first encounter with Star Trek, you'd be forgiven for thinking Earth is just one of many planets Vulcans unite to make the United Federation of Planets, and not one of the founders of the concept. Dr. Phlox and his ability to get along with people from such a diverse and very different culture shows something of both his people and him personally. Would any other Danublian have done so well? After meeting his wife and seeing the dynamic of him and his son, I'd say no. Human quirks were entertaining to him in a way I could see someone from a body-shy people or one from such a different culture might have found prudish and maybe even insulting. In Stigma, one of Dr. Phlox's wives is visiting Enterprise, and we see her hitting on Trip. He's clearly uncomfortable and says he can't just get involved with a married woman. When Dr. Phlox gives him the go-ahead and Trip spends the rest of the episode playing keep away with her, I get the impression that he's more amused by silly taboos than anything. Imagine a culture that's so open to have someone do this, not because they're not attracted, but for moral reasons. I could see one of his people taking that more personally, as if Trip might be calling them immoral. But Dr. Phlox knows Trip and knows that's not the intent. There are so many times Dr. Phlox becomes more of a mentor to the crew than other doctors are. He's more experienced with other species and he knows more about what to expect. I can only imagine what it must have felt like to be taking orders from people who genuinely had less experience than him. He could have easily been condescending, and I'm not sure you could have blamed him. But he doesn't. He has a teach with experience attitude. He lets humans make the mistakes they need to understand their place in the interstellar society. I've only seen one other Danublian. I believe they were in Prodigy. Maybe now we'll see them more. Then again, maybe it's the smile. Thank you for watching. If you like this subject, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any thoughts, feelings, or ideas on this subject, please share in the comments below. Again, my name is Erica, and I'm the Dyslexic Trekkie. As a Danublian, I'm gonna say his name wrong. Human quirks? There's a joke there.